What up, world? It's your man Dream with Dream Motivates. Welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur Blueprint. And this is going to be a series. A
Love it.
series of you went to real estate school. Now what? Stay tuned. What up, world? It's your man Dream. Dream motivates. Depending on where you get this video at in time of your life, shout out to all the amazing realtors out there or
Yes.
inspiring realtors out there that is literally trying to figure it out. Is it sexy anymore? Is it cool?
I think it is.
Think
Is it
so.
is it the thing to do? They have changed some things, and we're going to talk about the changes, and we're going to talk about it with some amazing queens is in the
That's right.
building,
Yay.
and I'm excited about the KissWealthNow.com movement.
That's right.
And they are rocking it out right now. So I got some amazing sisters. And sisters, you can introduce yourself and let them know exactly what you're doing. It's your camera right here.
Hi, my name is Lakisha McGee, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams, Lone Star DFW, Best Southwest office in DeSoto. I'm also the president of the Women Council of Realtors for Southwest Dallas County. Hey,
Let's
girl.
go.
Yes.
Let's
Uh
go.
huh.
Let's go.
Clap it
Let's
up.
go. And my new sister from another mister.
Yes. So, Charlamagne Armstrong, I am a lender, also a real estate agent, and I've been doing business for over 30 years, and I love helping families find their dream homes.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. So first of all, shout out to you, sis. Thanks for coming in on Clutch.
Yes.
Just
My
not meeting you
pleasure.
for the first time. But I definitely have met you in another spirit world, Charlemagne. I definitely, even though we just met like a week ago. Shout out
Yeah.
to the Libras of the world. Shout out to
Yes.
the
It's
Libras.
Libra
Hey,
season.
Libras.
We
Hey,
in that thing. We
Libras.
keeping y'all balanced. Y'all know how we do it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But I just want to. I want, and you can chime in on this.
Okay.
Okay.
You definitely, your spirit
Mm-hmm.
is very high vibrations. I
Mm-hmm.
look
Yes.
forward to finally meeting people like you. It might take you a long time to go through your file systems of all the networkings and
Right.
handshakes and
Right.
conferences to accidentally run into you on aisle 7 at HEB.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But, for the simple fact that your energy is so fire.
Right. Thank
It
And I
you.
need
is.
just saying that I need
Mm.
it needs to be the flowers need to be smelled
Hmm.
Look
while
at
you're living.
I
Yeah,
agree.
no, like straight up. And
right.
so I love when I heard about you. I was somebody told me about your mixer,
Mm-hmm.
and I think no, I actually met you through one of my reps,
That's right.
right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my reps like, I met this girl named Charlamagne. She's so cool, and she needs a roof done. And okay, let's get her on the phone, and we chopped it up. I was like, man,
Right.
that girl was so cool. And then I think I got an invite to your mixer, so
That's
you was doing
right.
the mixer. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get to make it to the first one, but I made it to the second one. And
That's right.
ironically, this second one was the same day as a lot of fairgrounds. So I got concentrated. You know how you be in
Right.
a mixer is you can't really talk to the host because the host is hosting.
Yeah.
Right.
So this
Moving
one I had
around.
a concentrated conversation with you. And then one day I just thought about it. I said I was running through your social media and
You was doing a binge watch now.
I was laughing. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was a whole comedy show.
It
Just
is.
looking at your creative juices, and I just had to pause and just say thank you for being amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I
your energy
appreciate you.
is amazing. Y'all been friends for how long?
I concur.
We've been friends a long time.
Oh, so where do we start?
Yeah, because the kids
I
was
don't
in middle
know.
school. They don't
Yeah, one
graduated.
graduated. Yeah. It's been some
I
years
would say at
now.
least
We've been knowing each
7.
other and
Right.
seeing each other around from being just in this real estate world. And we would speak because we're both friendly and
Right.
high vibration people.
I
But we
love it.
never really did business
I
together.
love
Right.
it.
And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give her a deal because that's how,
Right.
as realtors, that's how we look at loan
Yeah.
officers. I
Yeah,
was like,
exactly.
I'm gonna give her a deal, give her a shot at a deal. And it was like a really hard deal. And she
Yes.
worked it.
Got
Like,
that
I
thing
mean,
done.
she pulled out so many rabbits out of a hat
Yeah.
and everywhere else she can pull them from.
Right.
And it was always her energy. I'm a very relational
Look at that.
Man.
person.
I
Like,
remember that deal though. They didn't want to fix the toilet paper holder. You remember that?
yes. Something as small as
A
a sort of,
concession for a toilet paper holder,
yeah,
Yeah, they
just
were like
fix
they
it,
were
the little
so yeah, I
piece.
remember, yeah, we but I
and you
remember
got
that
it done.
specifically. Yes.
Yeah,
Now
she
let's
knocked it
talk
out the
about
mud.
that first before we go into some detailed information about real estate.
Hmm.
Because I'm in a weird space in my life. It depends. You got levels in your life, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
When I think that you get through the PTSD of bad vibrations with
Hmm.
people,
Yes.
Hmm.
and what happens is it'll get you to being isolated.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
You're
course.
like, yo, if y'all the world is like this, let me just be
Fall
by
back.
my little
I don't
self.
want to
You
have
know what I'm
nothing to do with
saying?
it.
And they keep on and constantly lets you down. And what I've experienced was that somebody told me, let me ask y'all a question. This is
Hmm.
crazy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Think about this question I'm about to ask y'all.
Okay,
Okay.
All right, I need y'all to think hard.
I'm
Okay.
thinking.
All right, so an eagle flies down
Hmm.
and sees a snake.
Hmm.
Okay.
And now they're tussling. They're winning. I mean, they're tussling. They're trying to go through who's gonna win.
Right.
Okay.
Who wins that battle?
Oh, that's good. I would say
I'm gonna say it slow.
okay.
The eagle
Mm,
flies
right.
down because he can stay. Eagles they
Right.
have great vision. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They actually spot the the
They
the
pounce.
snake on there. That's how they feed. That's how they hunt. They
Hmm.
get on there and they're fighting. Who wins?
My first instinct wants me to say the snake, only because I feel like the snake is in their natural habitat of where they
Hmm.
are every day. This is where I am. This is how I move. I know these grounds better than the eagle because the
Right.
eagle is up in the sky. But to
Exactly.
what you said about the vision, the eagle is up high and they can see. But I don't think the eagle dwells down low that long. You're in to get what you gotta
Get.
get and keep it moving. You don't really stay there. So if this is my natural habitat, then I should know more about how to survive down here than you do because
Right,
you're not in your natural
Natural
being or
air.
where you are every
right.
day.
Yeah.
So Charlamagne, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I was actually gravitating towards the snake as well. I mean, I know that and I even think on a different level of, like the claws and all of that.
Yeah, I
But
mean the
yeah,
eagles will
Yeah.
the
rip you
eagles could,
apart.
exactly. But I think when it comes down and it's, and I don't know that it's going straight for the head, it's probably trying to grab the body. And I've
Mm-hmm.
seen that before. And I think the snake's going to come up and, toot, and it's
Yeah,
going to drop
yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah.
Because if we're wrestling, you didn't get me. If your claws are,
Yeah.
my thought
Yeah.
is, if you're used to hunting from up high, then you have to know to get in, whoop, and be done. The fact that
Right.
you're giving me a chance, we're
Right.
wrestling, and
Yes.
I'm in my natural
Yes.
habitat.
Yeah.
I
I'm
gotta
going to
get
win.
you.
So 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 the answer is prophetic. The answer is you're right. The snake wins. Why? Because the eagle has no business being down
That,
with the snakes.
yeah,
That's right. Hmm.
I believe
That's
that's what I feel.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because what happens to high vibrations, lovey-dovey people. I'm a disc assessing coach, so you're an I, big
Hmm.
time. I bet
Hmm.
you're in probably a 98, 97 I, and these are personality tests that I do for people. I was trained by Dr. Eric Thomas and his staff, and everybody else in our Game Changer program about the disc assessments. And when you meet somebody with that low vibration,
Hmm.
I told somebody, man, I'd rather get bit by a dog than bit by a snake
Right.
because at least I can see the dog coming.
Right.
Okay.
When you see that snake, and so what we were talking about
Hmm.
prior to the recordings,
Yeah.
you have to be aware and conscious of these energies. So
Hmm.
Right.
I have a whole new system now.
Okay.
Hmm.
My system is as a business owner, which I own several businesses.
Yes, he's a what you call a
A
habitual
An
serial,
entre-
a
entre- a
serialpreneur,
serial entrepreneur.
yeah.
serialpreneur.
Yes,
A new
we
business, new
definitely
business.
absolutely, and I'm just intrigued. I like Shark Tank. I'm one of those, but I'm intrigued with business. It's
Right,
feel like a game to me. Like okay, let me win. Are we gonna lose? Oh, then we lost some points. Okay,
right.
cool.
We're gonna hit him another way.
So I noticed that when you go for a job application,
Hmm.
Hmm.
like I've never had a job. I've always been an entrepreneur, right?
Okay.
But I see people when they got the resume and the job
Hmm.
application. So you're supposed to hire based on your resume.
Right.
Right.
Now watch this though. This is crazy,
Okay.
right? So if somebody is at the house looking online trying to find a job,
Hmm.
and you're trying to hire for from Indeed or something like that,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
To me, a person that's cold at what they do and they're hungry will never be at home looking for a job because we're gonna go get the job. That we're
Right.
gonna get the
Right.
money.
Right.
The
Right.
people
We'll
that are
make it happen.
grinding. So it's just like if we were a college NFL recruiter, we're gonna go to the college games and we're gonna see you play.
That's
Right.
right.
So we're gonna recruit because that's how you play.
Right.
The new vision that I've seen, and I said this, and I got to give it to my client. Her name's Cess from Flourish Curls. She told me, cause man, you go in this place. I ain't never seen nothing like this. It's open floor, all women. Everybody's cool. Everybody's fired up. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting there filming her. We do infomercials, we do commercials. We're doing all that stuff for her.
Mhm.
And I'm looking at women coming in with suitcases. I'm like, another one came in with another suitcase. Another one came in with another suitcase. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Right.
She said, oh, this is my client. She's from DC. This is my
Coming to
client. She's
her.
from Kansas. This is another client. She's from Detroit.
Love
Doing
it.
what? Oh, they flew in to get their hair done.
Love it.
I
Wow.
swear.
It
I said,
Mm-hmm.
hold on,
happens.
hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, hold on. You ain't just going to say that like it's regular.
Yeah.
Right.
So I asked every one of them why. And
Mhm.
they said it was the level of vibration, it was the word experience,
Right.
and it was the word. That's why I put that welcome home. They
Right.
felt home. So
Yeah.
more than just doing your hair.
Right.
Mhm.
This was a family. This was a unit. This
Right.
was like this was a healing place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I said, Sis, how did you get these women to be like this? She said, I'm gonna tell you how. She said, I'd rather have people that have the will
Mhm.
than the skill.
Right.
Wow.
She said, because if you have the will,
Mhm.
guess what?
The skill
I
Mm-hmm.
can
can
be taught.
teach you
You
the
teach it.
skill.
It can
Right.
be taught.
And she
Yes.
Yeah.
said, and I was like, man, and it's crazy. It goes back to one of my greatest sayings I've ever heard was that ignorance on fire is better than intelligence on ice.
Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
so going into us
Right.
meeting, when I meet that energy, you
Right.
don't know, but in the back of my head, I'm like,
You
This was gonna.
excited. Your
Well,
I'm
little
like,
muscles
yo,
yeah.
is going like,
I'm like,
Yeah.
yo,
ooh.
Yeah.
you're another, like you're another alien or Martian with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Exactly.
like another, like the X-Men. You know, like
Yeah.
you got a superpower. You're another superhero.
You
You're
try to make
different.
well you want to
Mm.
because the thing that I think with all of it I think about all the time when I'm doing something or creating something, the experience doesn't exist unless I create it,
Mhm.
Ooh,
so we have to create the experience no matter what, if
Right.
it's alone, doing a
Yeah.
client's hair,
Mhm.
like that's what she's known for, the experience. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing
gotta
that
do it.
happens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what she is known for. So
Yeah.
if someone knows that, okay, gosh, if I go here, I'm going to get
I'm gonna
this,
get
this, and
this,
this,
get
and
that.
this,
Right.
I'm good. And then I
Right.
can feel good saying that
Mhm.
this person can help me, because your best person out there is your unpaid sales staff.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I love
That's
it,
your
Mm.
army.
that,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. And
Uh-huh.
they're going to lift you up higher. Like I saw somebody post the other day. They said, you want to make money? Go meet strangers at a networking event. But there's so many people who do not. They don't take the time to go meet people.
Right.
But it probably goes back to their energy. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't have the energy to where
Ooh,
they,
that's
they can
Yeah.
meet
and,
people.
and let me ask y'all a question.
Hmm.
Can it be taught, or is it just in you?
I think it's
It's
in
in
you.
you.
It's
It
in you.
It's
is.
in you.
Yeah.
And now I will say this. I do think that if you align yourself and you're around the right energies, you might not have it, but the more that you're in that environment and you gravitate toward it, you can get it yourself. So still not, I don't think it can be taught. Like you can't have a class like, hey, I'm about to teach you how to have good energy, how to
No, yeah.
give
But
these
that might be a good
experiences.
class. No.
I know we might need
Right.
to
That
try,
I would
right?
Yeah.
love to have that
Yeah.
class,
But
but can
Yeah.
you teach that?
but I don't
Yeah.
think so because you're gonna come and you're gonna listen, but what are you gonna do with it?
Right.
But the more you see it and the more you see the results from it, and you can visually see that this person is progressing based on just simply their energy, then maybe it may ignite something in you. But we
That's
can
fair.
teach you all day and let's try it. Let's us
Yeah.
three have a class and try it
Let's try it and
and
Yeah.
see what
see
happens.
what the people
Yeah.
Yeah.
do. But I
Yeah.
believe it just has to be in you because one of the things that I think about is, and I think it may be a saying that people will forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you make them
Feel.
feel.
That's right.
And
Mm,
I wholeheartedly believe that when
I do
someone
too.
comes into contact with me, I want them to have that good
Right.
experience. I
Yeah.
want them to be able to say, this is what I feel, or this is what
Right.
I know about her.
Right.
Or if my name is brought up, no, no, no.
Mm-mm.
That's not true because this is what I know
Right.
Yeah.
about her, and that's gonna overpower whatever, if there's something negative out there, and it's all about the experience. With
It
my
is.
clients, it's a
Yeah, but
whole
exactly, because she don't
sabbatical.
tell
I
me,
love that.
you need to do that. Because no, this is what my clients did.
That's
I'm like,
great.
okay, like
No,
you
that's
don't beat
good.
me up for them to have a good experience.
That's
Oh,
phenomenal.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I
But
see
it's
people
true.
Yeah, I
walk
love it, and you take care of
when I
them.
see people
It's
walk in our
important.
studio, it's always the same reaction, like, "Oh my God," and then that makes me feel good because
It does.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never get a.
She said
I
that
wish you
you
could have
missed
saw
it.
Oh
me when
You
I
really?
missed
walked
it.
in.
I
I
wish
wish you
I.
had a
Yeah,
camera. You
yeah.
need a
Because when
camera
yeah,
right
when she
here.
Everybody
walked
says
in,
like you should
yeah,
get a camera
Right
right when you
here.
first
yes,
walk
it's
in.
like
Yeah.
whoa.
And have a
Yeah,
little sign outside that says you're being visually recorded
yeah,
or
Yeah,
yeah,
something, so they
yeah.
can't say. Because I walked in, I said, "Oh, we're for real we're for real
We're
filming and doing
we're
content.
making
You
videos.
just told me come do content." I'm like, "Okay, but this is real.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
So
yes.
so
let's
let's
go."
rewind and unpack what you just said.
Hmm.
She said, "Oh, you're for real."
You're for real. This for
Now
real.
let's she look. You just opened it up
Right.
because
Yeah.
I
Real,
was about to
real.
segue that.
Okay.
You never get a second chance on the first impression.
No, you
You
don't.
never can say, "Oh, let's redo that."
Yep.
That's true.
Let me
You
walk back.
never get a
No.
second chance. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very even from the smell when you walk in.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't play like
Mm-hmm.
from the smell to the look to the aesthetics to the feel to just feel. I wanted that at home, like because when you got cameras, you're just like,
Yeah. You
Yeah, you
take
got
care
to
I
of
be
your
want you to
comfortable.
relax,
Relax.
right?
Yeah.
And
Lean
then
into
I
it.
offered y'all some water, and you was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
oh,
good
Ooh,
water.
the
oh,
good
you gonna go
water.
ahead and give
Let
us
me
the
take a
good
The
water.
good
sip.
water.
But
That's a
but
good segue for me to drink
yeah, let's
some.
go. Yeah, let's drink to
The
that.
Fiji.
And at the same
Cheers.
time, you have to understand that what are we
Mhm.
going to do as business owners to give the word experience? I want to dive
Yeah.
into that and let's talk about
Yes.
the real estate situation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
let's talk about this water. I mean, even the fact, it's funny, but I was like, "Ooh, we get the good water." Like I had to shake the Fiji water. Like
Yeah,
this is the good water.
yeah.
But even that in itself is
It's
an
an
It's
experience.
experience.
such
It's
an
an
experience.
experience,
If y'all
Right.
anybody go to a Lexus dealership or Mercedes, it's
Right.
an experience. You
It's
go
an
Hard
to
experience.
place.
you if you
Yeah,
go to anywhere, if you walk into places, that first 10 seconds
it's everything.
you gotta go. I had the honor and privilege. Praise God. Thank you, Lord. I was able to do this because I was dreaming about doing it, but I never think that God would allow me to do something like this because I came from poverty. That's a
Yeah,
whole nother
Yes.
segue and story
Hmm.
about
we
who I
did
am
Yeah,
and
too.
where I
exactly.
came from.
Hmm.
And if you've never got a chance to do it with or without children, do it.
Hmm.
Boy, Disney World cruise,
Hmm.
y'all did that. I took my son on his 7th birthday,
uh,
and I'm just he's seen the commercial, and he was like, "Daddy, can I go?" And one of my worst fears in my world was to ever. I remember I said one thing that I don't want to be
hmm.
as a father that says to my child when
I
he
can't
sees
do
something
it.
like that,
Right.
that no, son, we can't
I
do it.
can't do
Yeah,
it.
That
can't
was
do.
a
Yeah.
that is a I'm talking about fear.
Yeah.
So the day finally came.
Hmm.
And you said,
I
let's
thought I'm
do it.
hoping that it came a little bit later, but my man's 7. He's very intellectual. Shout out to Joaquin's World. Y'all go check him out. He got his own YouTube channel.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Joaquin, where
Yeah,
we
shout
gotta
out to
go?
my son.
Wait, we
Okay.
got
And
he's on
he was like,
YouTube too.
Daddy, um, can we go to so it's the new so Disney is now 100 years old.
Oh
Right.
wow.
So it's their new cruise. Is oh my so from the time that we walk in the door,
Mhm.
Hmm.
they say Charlamagne, imagine this big boat. It's
Mhm.
huge. It's like 4,000 people in there.
Hmm.
So all the speakers can hear you.
Gotcha.
So they have the microphone, and when you walk in, it's like, okay, guys, guess who's here? And
Dreams and
they be like,
Joaquin.
what's your name?
Uh-huh.
Your name's Charlamagne. Everybody, give Charlamagne an amazing round of applause. And here comes all the characters. Spider Man comes, high
Right.
fives you,
Right.
and
Right.
Cinderella comes, and Charlamagne, and you're in there. You're just thinking you're just getting on a boat.
Boat. Yeah.
Right.
No,
You're
no,
getting
no,
on into
no,
the
Don't miss
no.
the boat.
experience.
It's an experience.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I want to kind of talk about that for those in real estate. I
Mhm.
think but what I'm hearing, definitely need to kind of speak on, because we're going to get into the intricate details of the business, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
But first of all, you got to get people to like it's, because we're not buying, we're buying you.
That's
We're
true.
choosing out of a kabillion real estate agents
A lot.
to
A
be
lot.
with you.
Right.
Mhm.
What are some key things that we can help people out to understand about that word experience that you have experienced? And what are some things that y'all do for your clients' first impression? What are
Yeah,
the
yeah.
extras? What are the kind of, give us some
Right.
sauce?
I think
Uh,
people have to know that you care. And I
yeah.
think that's the biggest thing. You know, you can't look at everybody like a dollar sign.
Mhm.
And I think that's what makes a lot of realtors mix the mark, or even loan officers just across the board. If you look at someone as a dollar sign, then you don't really have their best interests at heart.
That's true.
So whether or not they're buying something that's 100,000 or they're buying something that's $1 million, they
Million.
need to get that same
Same
treatment
Hmm.
experience.
and know that they matter.
Mhm.
I love that. What are you thinking?
That's true. So I will say this one thing that I do with every client I have, like you said, whether you buying 100,000 or a million, the first step is I do a buyer's consultation after I've gotten them to Charlemagne or the loan officer to apply, right?
Hmm.
I sit them down and I bring them to my office, and I'm intentional about having it at my office. Why? Because I want to establish myself as a professional. I'm not meeting
Hmm.
you at Starbucks, no shade to none of that, or it glories anything. I mean you in my office, so one, you know that I'm a business person.
And you can
Right.
say, so they can say it's real.
It's
It's
real,
real.
There
There
right?
you
you
It's
go.
go.
real.
I
Yes.
love it.
And I have a little bucket with Keller Williams. We're red and black. So a lot of everything I do is a lot of it is red and black. So I have a red bucket that I put like my partners. Like I have Charlemagne's ink pens, notepads, my hand sanitizer, my ink pens, my
Right.
roofer, whoever, everybody, my partners that these clients are going to at some point come into contact with. Their marketing materials is in there. I have a timeline, everything about the home buying process. So in our consultation, we're going to go through this. So in that first appointment, they're like, wow, and I have snacks in there. Why? Sometimes people are coming straight from work.
Work, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the little things when you see a 40-year-old person eating some cheese nips or Oreo cookies, and I have
Hmm.
Coke, and I ask them, if they want water, whatever, but just something as small of a
Yes.
fruit snack or something.
Yes.
It's
It
something
goes, man,
small,
it goes a
but
long
it's
way.
in there. But it's also marketing, because now when I'm talking to him about Dream, now this is the next part, and we're about to come here because I
Hmm.
need Dream to film us. They've already seen you in the beginning. I'm planning that in the
See, yeah,
beginning.
that's good.
So once they come into contact with anyone that's a part of that process,
Right.
they may not remember every single person, but they know something, and it makes them relax. Like
Yeah.
you said,
Hmm.
relax.
Yeah.
They feel comfortable, and
That's
they know
good.
that she got me.
That's
She has
good.
Hmm.
the whole team. She
That's
has the
good.
loan officer. She has the title company.
That's
She has
good.
the home insurance
Yeah.
company. She has the home
Hmm.
warranty. She has the roofer. She has the plumber. She has everybody, right? So I'm that everything. I'm establishing myself to my clients day one that I am your everything.
Yeah.
I am
Right.
all you need.
Yeah.
So guess what? You're not gonna cheat on me.
That's right.
There's no other
Hmm.
Mm.
realtor that can
Yes.
steal
Loyalty.
you
You're
away
locked
from me.
in.
You're like
Yeah.
we're locked in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I've get come from contribution, my favorite bowl law. I've given you
Giving you
something.
something. Yeah.
Right.
I've given you a timeline. I've educated you. I've explained to you why Charlemagne is important, why getting your loan is important, because we need a pre-approval letter before we can go to her house. And I don't want to show you a house
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Get you
don't know the
excited for no
terms that you
reason.
can buy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm telling them why. So now how you're shaking your head to me, that's how my clients are.
I love
Yeah.
it.
They
It
get it.
makes
They're
And
like,
sense.
and
okay.
the crazy thing is, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it saddens me. It really does, because I've been through a lot of, man. It's been a very tough life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Life of abandonment. Life of my own mother. It got so bad for her. I mean, the story goes. That's why I do so many things for single mothers. But my mother got so bad for her as a teenage mother. She had to give me up.
Wow.
She
Hmm.
put me up for adoption. But
Mm-hmm.
Right.
she married a reverend.
Hmm.
She got with a reverend, and they got together, and he helped me get back with my mom in her life. But just
Right.
going through life in a hard, a very tough roach infestation, water off,
Right.
low self esteem, blah blah blah.
Jesus.
Just so many things. So I'm grateful
Mm-hmm.
Right.
for uh, a napkin with saying thank you to me.
Right.
Yes.
I'm grateful for any little. I'm there. I don't
Mhm.
take nothing.
For granted.
I am so grateful,
Mhm.
Right.
right? And so I meet so many people that whatever's going on, they have a cloud that literally hovers them.
Mm.
I'm like, bro, do you not find anything to smile about?
Right.
Or like
Yeah.
Anything.
every
Yeah.
day is
I know
something?
somebody like
Man,
that.
this
Yeah.
man, there's something else happening. And every time you look at them, there's something happening.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Right.
bro, and so I'm searching and I pray. The new prayer that I've been praying for
Okay.
is not the crazy thing is if you can pray for money, but that's not the prayer.
Right.
Because when my
Yeah.
mother passed away in 2013, I
Mhm.
realized that money can't get her back.
Right.
Right.
So money at that second, even
That's
if
not
it
the
was $1
thing.
trillion,
It wasn't gonna matter.
meant nothing.
Mhm.
What meant everything was the people that was around me during that painful moment.
Right.
Right.
And so if the lesson for me would be hearing how you give this experience would be stop chasing the money, chase the network, chase the people.
That's
Right.
right.
And
That's
the
right.
and the people that appreciate your energy.
Mhm.
Right.
Go where you celebrate it, not where you
No.
tolerate it.
There you
Exactly.
go.
The
Exactly.
toleration, listen, you don't
It's
understand.
time out.
Right.
My
Yeah.
vibration needs to be y'all need to understand, like, you just can't go out there and Chick-fil-A this.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Because I
Exactly.
don't know what Chick-fil-A does,
Right.
but
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 they
they
it's
do
good.
it
find
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. They do it
They
right.
find them, and maybe it goes to a huge filter. I bet they be like, nope,
Yeah.
nope,
I know
nope.
that thigh ain't gonna make it. That
No,
breast,
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna.
you ain't gonna
that
make
breast
it.
ain't
You
gonna
didn't
make
make
it.
enough.
Yeah, you ain't gonna
Yeah,
make
Making
it.
yeah,
those eye
yeah.
contact.
So
Yeah.
I want to dive into this
Mm,
because this is such an important thing for realtors and people that's in business to just definitely understand. And then I
Mhm.
want to talk about Kiss Wealth now and
mm,
the programs that you have to offer. So now that they all fall in love with you, they
right.
definitely got to do business with you.
Yeah, they got
Because
to.
I already fell in
Absolutely.
Yeah,
love with both of y'all. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Oh, we love you
So
back.
yeah. We
listen, y'all
do.
love my sisters, love us back. Stay tuned. We got a commercial break
Yes.
right now. One time for Dream Motivates, Dream Media, and my sister Charlemagne and her sister with
Kiss Well now.
Dot
KissWealthNow.com. Y'all
com.
check them out, man. Get a t-shirt or something.
That's
Yeah.
Stay
right.
tuned.
T-shirt.
Okay.
Welcome back. Listen, hopefully everybody is checking it out. Listen, do me a favor. Do me a favor. It don't take long. Like,
Yes,
share, and subscribe. I mean, y'all tripping. All it
that's
takes is bing,
easy.
bing, bing. Just do
Beep,
that
beep,
Mhm.
beep, beep.
and get back with us. It'll mean the world to me. Check it out. And I got my sisters in here. KissWealthNow.com. Go to the website.
Mhm.
Check it out. Tell them that Dream referred you. You feel me? This is
That's
like
right.
this is
That's
a
important.
referral thing where it says
Yeah.
you put Dream
And
in
that you
it,
Dream.
put in
and
there.
then just
That's
boom,
right.
just
Yeah.
say your brother refers. But listen, we talking about vibration. We talking about energy, and we talking about you. If you know
Mhm.
anybody that's in business, that wants to get in the real estate
Yeah.
game, and these vibrations that it's taking to do it, right?
Right.
So let's talk about it real quick. So shout out to the real estate business
Yes.
and everything that you've done. So I heard that you were in the business for 25 years. You're an OG.
Yes, she is.
Yes. And I started when I was 10, in case you're trying to do the math on my
Okay. Yes.
age.
There you go. Started from the when I
Right.
we here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
25
Very
years. And over
inquisitive.
the span of 25 years, I've seen so many things change in the real estate industry. A lot of laws, because it's a lot of new stuff and it has everybody freaked out. But I've remained the same. It's nothing for me to change about what I've been doing in my business because what the laws changed to force other realtors to do, I've already been doing. So
Mhm.
for
Mm,
me, nothing changed. And I'm looking around like, why are y'all tripping? Why
That's
are
true.
y'all stressing out? Like, it's just about disclosure, just letting the client know what it is, which is what we should already
You
be
do
doing anyway.
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
So
talk about
nothing
it.
changed for
So let's
me.
talk about it.
Hmm.
So new laws, new regulations. Let's educate. So I'm just gonna go by what I kind of know, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
So as of now, which is funny, dun dun dun.
Dun, dun,
You
dun.
guys,
Test the
as a
skin.
realtor, now have to, which I think is dope. I think you should set expectations in the
Mhm.
beginning. I think it's gonna protect you from driving around the city all day and then they choosing somebody else. I think that gotta get old. Jesus
Right.
Christ. I mean, the mileage of your car cannot take it anymore, right?
Cannot.
I know, right?
So
No
here's the new
more.
rules. Number one, I believe it's Charlemagne. Make sure I'm saying this right. They now have the ability to negotiate percentages of what they're going to pay you. Is this
Right.
correct?
That's correct.
So
That's right.
this is here. So don't. It's
Okay.
okay.
Right.
Calm down. It's all right.
Okay.
Also, because we're going to show y'all how to get around that or go through it or address it. How
Just
y'all
address
doing
it. You just want to
Yeah.
address it.
And then
That's it.
secondly, that that part, which is now you're really uncomfortable because you just probably met the person or whatever.
Yeah. You want me to pay
Now,
you?
yeah, now you pulling out the agreement
Uh-huh.
that's saying, yep, I need 30%. I need my
Yes.
3.
Mhm.
But I need you to. I'm exclusive. So
Right.
how do y'all and now or teach us?
Mhm.
Let's all get in school. How do we navigate through that the right way?
So it's about, I say being transparent. If you're transparent about what happens in the transaction, what the service is, the experience that you're providing for said person, then it's easy for them to see the value in the 3%.
Right.
I think people should not be nervous or afraid to talk about what it takes to do business.
Exactly.
They want to create generational wealth. That doesn't come for free, right?
Mm-mm.
We all had to pay homage to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody has all paid this fee, but just explaining that what value comes with the fee.
Ooh, hold up, hold up, hold up,
Yeah.
hold up, hold up, hold
That's
up,
it.
hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
It's a key word.
Value.
Value.
That's
She
right.
heard it too.
I did. I did.
Value. Now, can I be in therapy with y'all for a
Oh
second?
yeah,
Sure.
let's
Come
do
I'm
on.
it.
gonna be a little
Sit on our
selfish.
couch.
All right, thank you. All right, here's what happened. No, let me get in therapy with y'all for a second.
Right.
So if you go to a Apple store and you
Mhm.
buy the new iPhone 15,
I
16,
think it's 16.
16,
Mhm, yeah,
okay.
mhm.
You already understand that there's a tag that goes with this. You're gonna pay it.
Mm.
It's gonna be about $1,500, $1,800, depending on the memory
Right.
that you have. And you're gonna walk out and they're gonna give you an iPhone. Here you go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happens with me in my
Mhm.
business.
Okay.
And it's starting to get to the point where it's good, but then it's starting to get to the point like, okay. And here's what happens.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can't. It's non-tangible. I am my whole
Right.
molecular
Bean.
is
Mhm.
not in the package and say, yeah, this is what you
Here
pay
you
for.
go.
Uh-huh.
I don't. That's not how it does.
Right.
Number one, I spend hours of probably free consultation. That's what it's called, consultation, because we're
Right.
chopping it up and I'm
Right.
giving you value,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
What is that worth? I don't know. Put a package on that.
Mhm.
Then, as I told Charlemagne, success loves speed.
Mhm.
Yes.
What
Gotta
is
be
speed
fast.
worth? What is
Invaluable.
getting to the bag quicker than most worth? What is do you go to do we when we go to Houston on a trip, if we go to Vegas on a trip,
Okay.
are we going to collectively try to save some money and get a rental car and we're taking turns driving?
Oh no.
Look, absolutely
We getting
not.
on the flight.
Hold on. Are we going to go to
The
the
train
are we going to the
station.
Greyhound bus?
No.
Are we okay, cool. Are we going to get see now if we get a little bougie now. Are we going to go to Spirit? Are
I
we going to
do.
go to
American.
I
Frontier?
do. Cause
Yeah.
Okay,
I
but we're
I
on a
do.
plane. We're on a plane.
I'm going on the
We're on
plane
a
for
plane. So,
sure.
but
Right.
here's
And a
options.
backpack.
You got options, right? Shout out to Spirit, y'all.
Yeah.
But
No
if you
disrespect.
military, you get 2
Yeah, you got
check
the
bags for
discount.
free or
Oh,
whatever.
really?
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Um, are you going to go to Delta? Are you going to get into the Platinum Club?
that's true.
Are you going to
Mhm.
go fly? Are you going to fly first class?
Right.
Are you going to fly and get on a PJ, which is a private jet?
Mhm.
Right.
Are you going to get there? One of the things, all the things have something to do with speed or non-speed
Well, and I wanted
and experience. Go
that's
ahead.
true, and experience. And so
And
what I love that you
expense.
brought up the plane because this just popped in my head. So everywhere you go, there's a membership, and people pay for this membership. But on a plane, you pay for a membership, but everybody gets there at the same time.
Mhm.
Everybody gets there at the same time.
Same time.
So you pay all this extra money to get there at the same exact time.
Mhm.
Same pilot, same flight attendant. So you think about it, so really when we're giving value to people and we're explaining to people our value, that we're going to get them there quicker. We're not going to get there at the same time of everybody
Quicker.
else because if they use us, We know all the programs. We're
Right.
going to get them qualified. We're going to
Mhm.
find them their home.
We're gonna
And
think outside the
we're going to think out.
box.
We're going to get them
It's
there
not just gonna.
quicker
Everybody's
and
not gonna fit
sooner.
in one.
Meaning this membership
Mhm.
that, of course, is not free. You pay 3%.
Mhm.
Right.
This membership
Or more.
or more. Yeah, that's true. Will get
Oh
you there
yes.
quicker.
Yeah.
See, and this is very sometime when you're because I don't at this point I'm not even trying to sell in my experience now because people can just literally look me up and they can see how fast I go.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, but when you go to when you see a doctor and they go in and this really bad problem that you had, you seen them fix it in 5 minutes, and then you get an invoice for $38,000.
Lord.
People look at that like I'm got ripped off, but they
Right.
didn't. They didn't calculate
They didn't take to
all the
effect.
time that it took him to be a doctor,
Mhm.
how many
Right.
hours of practice. He knew exactly what to do
Right.
Right.
at the right time. And
Mhm.
literally, he probably put another 15 to 20 years on your life.
Right.
So,
Right. Hello.
what is that
What does
worth?
that cost? Yeah.
Right.
What is it
So
worth?
these are the things
Yeah.
that, are challenging for an energy like myself. And
Mhm.
I'm over the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Ta-
Like, I'm super over the top. Like you, we could, you were here, what, 2 days ago?
Hmm.
What have we done in 2 days?
We done made some videos. We here on the podcast. Like we done got T-shirts. We done everything
yeah.
in
In
2 days.
48
2
hours.
days.
In 2 days,
and
yeah.
and,
That's
and
what
we're
it
already
takes.
promoting your event, which is going to be this coming Friday. So
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
my thing is, what is that worth, and do people appreciate it?
Yeah.
Exactly
And when it
that.
comes to mentorship, personal development,
Mhm.
just
Right.
being there, man. Remember back in the day, Mario, but yeah, I played Mario Brothers.
Hmm.
Yeah. A
Dun
little
dun dun
bit.
dun
Not
dun.
really. I was a
Yeah.
You
little
played a little
Yeah.
bit, right?
ballerina, but yeah, I know
So
the
this is
mushrooms and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
this is where the
Donkey
value.
Kong.
Okay, so this is where the
Okay.
value comes in at. Anybody that gets with you,
Uh huh.
a brand new agent.
Yeah.
And this is why y'all should pay her
And
after I say
and
it.
she trains
Yeah.
You
agents.
train, all
I
right?
do.
Yes,
I'm a
she
So
does.
watch
mentor.
this. You get with somebody to get you there quicker. And then back to Mario Brothers. Y'all remember there was like 9 worlds?
Mm-hmm.
A little
You
Yeah.
gotta go
bit.
through World 1, then you
Yeah.
gotta go through World
Yes.
2, then you gotta go
Different
through.
Yeah.
screens.
Yeah.
Did
That's the
y'all did
worlds.
y'all know
Okay.
that there were ways that you could skip
Skip.
the
Yeah. That's
worlds
right.
and
No, I
get
Mm-hmm.
didn't know
to
that.
yeah, there's
You had to have
little
the secret sauce.
there's a secret code that you
Oh.
can skip 1, 2, 3, and you can get all the way to 8.
Wow.
You figured that out, didn't you?
Oh, I definitely got
Of
it.
course he did.
And watch this. How many hours would it take you to really play that game to
Right.
finally get to the first one?
Wow.
But you go dun 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 dun, and you get to go through the warp zone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What is that worth?
Yeah.
And I
And
think
if you
people
can
need to
speed it up.
understand the worth of a Charlemagne, of everything she has. She can get
Mhm.
you there. There was a deal that you brought to her. She got it done.
Got it
Yes.
done.
You got it
Finance.
done
She
quickly.
earned my business.
Right. And
Yeah.
so when I met Charlemagne, I already knew. I knew the energy. I was already connected. And I told her, I said, in the middle of our conversation before we left, I said, by the way, I already did you a flyer. I did you a new flyer for this
Yeah.
Friday.
You already had my flyer ready. I was like, oh,
Wow.
it's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Just that quick.
Just
Just
that
that
quick.
great. Whether she,
But that's that 10 seconds that we
yeah,
were talking
we
about.
don't want to be
That's it.
playing
Right.
with it,
Yes,
right?
we want to make it
So
happen.
my question to both of y'all, for realtors that's looking right now, are are they where they need to be based on placement? Because there's a lot of choices. You
Mhm.
chose who you chose.
Right? She chose who she chose.
Who you chose. And what is the value of personal development when it comes to training?
Let me. I'm gonna throw a little plot twist in here. When we were talking about the percentages and all that, because that's what you started out with, right? That buyers and sellers can negotiate that. They always could. That's why I say it hasn't
That's
changed. You still can. Even the 3% is not 3%. I mean, you can charge 1%. You could charge 7%. Whatever a person is willing to pay and whatever you're willing to give for that is what that percentage is. So again, none of that is different. It's just now that it has to be transparent and they have to know about it up front, everybody is going crazy about
Yeah,
it,
I've
you
seen
know.
situations with personal people,
Mhm.
with us actually,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
where they gotta disclose it at
Yeah,
at the title,
it's
and
crazy.
then they look at it, they're like,
What? Yeah.
You making that
That
much
should
money?
never happen.
They're like, it's that face,
I didn't know you was getting that.
Yeah.
like
Like that was
what?
none of your business.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
right. You know what I'm saying? And what, like I say, what you don't calculate is how many hours that it took you to go to real
Mhm.
estate school, how much
Exactly.
Right.
time it took you to. By the way, this client,
Mhm.
I took them, so they wanted a house. This was
Mhm.
the problem. They
Mhm.
couldn't figure it out.
Mhm.
I figured it out. They wanted a house. It was the interest rates were a little high. They were going up. They were peaking.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
interest rates across the board were like 7.8, 7.9. Remember that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
That's it.
found shout out. I'm gonna give y'all a shout out, man. I need something back. Shout out to Dale Horton. Y'all my
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
DR
And
Horton.
yeah, Dale
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
Horton.
good.
And so I seen, I heard, I got an email because I'm always, just looking out. And they said locked in rate 4.5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
like,
Locked in
come on.
rate 4.5 for the next 30 days.
Mhm.
So they were out there towards Crowley,
Mhm.
the new part of Crowley that they're
Mhm.
developing,
Uh huh.
right? And it was super nice. They got the studio movie girl over there and all that.
Yeah. Where
Mhm.
And
we were a couple of weeks
yeah,
ago.
and
Yes.
so
Yeah.
we took them to the house, brand new. They loved it.
Mhm.
The thing was they couldn't find no how because the rate they needed their payment to be under $3,200.
Mhm.
That
Right.
was it. So they couldn't find. I mean, the rates made their payment 38, 39, 40, whatever. Got the house, showed them the house, negotiated the contract, did everything else, got them locked in, not a variable. It was
Locked
locked
in.
Fixed
in,
rate.
not a, yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
fixed rate. Got them locked in at 4.5, payments $2,700.
There you
Mm,
go.
that was nice.
What is that worth?
Everything.
Everything.
And when they
Yeah.
looked at the commission,
And the sad part is they didn't even pay the commission.
Right.
DR Horton paid it, and they pay it out of a marketing budget. It doesn't have anything to do any bearings on their home. So that's what we need y'all to know. When you're working with a new home builder, it's not going to change the terms of the client's contract if
Right.
there is a realtor involved. So here's the thought process. Would you rather go into that builder alone with a salesperson
mm,
that builder is paying a salary plus whatever commissions
yeah,
that
Right.
works for the builder
right.
who is representing the
Their
builder
builder,
on
right.
their behalf.
Exactly.
Right.
So they're only going to give you as much as they need to
Yeah,
get you signed on the dotted
that's it.
line.
Right.
That's it.
Or would you rather have a licensed realtor
Yep.
that builder wants to continue to bring them
There
business
you go.
because you're one person and you're important, but that realtor that's yours, that's representing you, that builder know if they do a great job,
You're
they're
gonna
gonna
bring
bring
other.
them repeat
What's the
business.
value of that?
It's
Everything.
everything. Because you can
That's
get a
what
you
people
can
need
get
to
a
Everything. It's
client
no
coming
understand.
out.
cost on it.
Yeah, because when that salesperson sees you coming, oh yeah, Lakisha coming. I'll make sure her client get blinds, refrigerator, washer
Yeah.
and dryer. You going by
Yeah.
yourself? Okay, you don't
You
get
got some
nothing.
closing costs, but
So
that's
yeah,
it.
it's it. So that's the difference.
That's the
They
difference.
know they want the business.
Mhm.
That's
And they
and
know
that's
I'm gonna
everything.
ask. I'm asking for everything. I'm asking for the texture
Oh yeah,
walls. They like
oh
now,
we can.
Lakeisha, look.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
We listen. Shout out to my man. They got the blinds. We got the refrigerator. We
Yeah.
got every. Y'all know, but afterwards, I had to break it down afterwards. But even just they don't understand. So maybe this
Mm-mm.
would be a good segue to help them understand. So let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Mhm.
Let's help everybody understand, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, Charlamagne, from you,
Mhm.
I want to go into helping people understand um, how to get bank ready,
Mhm. That's good.
qualifications.
Yes.
I think you just kind of need to just walk us through first time you're scared, you've been renting for the past, for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, throwing that
Right.
money out the door. What do we need to do and how do we need to get ready, even though we're scared because the rates are high and all this stuff?
Yeah, I think that the first part of getting ready to be able to purchase a home is really sitting down and really knowing what your budget is. Because as I can't remember what comedian it was, you don't want to be making life decisions with this mortgage. So you
Mm-hmm.
want to sit down and really understand, okay, this is how much I can afford to pay monthly. Then when you get that in play, you want to look at your employment. Is your income consistent? Because the lender is going to be looking at how can you pay this back.
Right.
If you've been on your job 1 month, that's fine. You've been on your job 10 years, that's fine. We're only looking at how quickly you can pay this back, meaning you get X amount of dollars. That's going to determine how much you can qualify. Then your bank account, how well do you manage your funds? If you're bouncing checks, it doesn't matter if you're you have a penny left over every month, that's fine. That shows that you're managing the money you receive.
Right.
So bank statements need to not have NSFs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Again, one penny is just fine. The next thing that's really, really huge is going to be, your rent. If you're paying your rent on time, it's a given that you're going to be paying your mortgage on time. And it doesn't mean that you could have not been late because life happens, but you just want to make sure that you are paying your rent on time, your income is consistent, and you're managing your bank account, and you're the perfect candidate to purchase a home. And you don't have to worry about a 10-year savings plan, a 20-year savings plan. There are programs out there to help you, and you don't have to have perfect credit.
I love
Right.
it. I teach something that people need to figure out. And as far as realtors and people that are in business, Keisha, I want to ask you this, but the principle is find your niche and get rich.
That's
I
true.
like it.
What is your niche?
Ooh.
And so, what is your niche? Give us some sauce about the niche, and how do we, give us a little. I know you can't give it all up
Okay.
because
Yes.
they got to get with you.
So I'm known for these few words. You gonna say it with me?
Yes.
Don't
Don't
miss
miss
the
the
bus.
bus.
Ooh,
So
don't
don't miss
miss
the
the
bus is
bus.
my hashtag. Don't miss the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And what that was birthed from is me and my best friend, Mr. Julius Stearns, Lord
Yes. And
rest his
bless your
soul.
soul. Yes.
We came up with this because he asked me, "What do you stand for? What are you about? What do you want people to know about you when it comes to real estate?" And
Mm-hmm.
so, "Don't miss the bus" was birthed to say, "Don't miss your
Totally.
opportunity to build your wealth by way of real estate."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you, I come from nothing, right? So I started looking like, okay, I'm looking at other cultures, and I'm like, okay, so we're educated like them, we have the jobs like them,
Right.
we're working on our credit, we're doing all this stuff. So what is the gap? What is the difference between them and us and the wealth? Why is it so different when you have a degree, I have a degree, you
Right.
do this, I do that? It was home ownership. Their high level of owning homes and our level of owning homes is so big. So don't miss the bus. Don't miss the opportunity. Don't just because it's easier to just go get an apartment or to rent a property, which now that has changed with them
Right.
Mm.
wanting you to make three times the
Rent.
rent and
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a 600
Exactly.
credit score. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, you can buy a house with less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is my niche, is to educate you and to show you you can do it. A lot of people don't have that confidence. I'm going to give you that confidence. You're going to walk out there thinking, hey,
You can buy
you the
you a
Bill
million
Gates, you
dollar
can buy
home.
with, yeah, a
Yeah.
$1 million house. Now, we might got to start with 350,000, but you're
Right.
going to feel like you can
That's
buy a
right.
million
Yes.
because I'm going to equip you with the knowledge. I'm going to show you how you can do it. I am your realtor. I'm your therapist. I'm your
Man.
best friend.
All
I'm
that.
your mama. I'm your accountant.
Come
Don't
on.
buy a piece of bubble gum without talking to
I
me.
heard
Right.
that.
And I tell my clients that in my buyer's consultation, and I
Right.
tell them why. Because you're going to have to explain. Don't put any cash. If you got some mattress
Right.
money, I don't want to see it. It cannot. Do not just put that money in
In the
the
bank.
bank
Yeah.
because you got to be able to explain where that come from. So it's simple things that they're like, oh, okay. I'm glad you told me. I didn't know, and they really just don't
They
know.
don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So it's education and information, and I tell them I don't expect you to remember all of this, but here's your timeline. Here's what we talked about, and when we get to these points, I'll remind you, and
Mm.
I'll
Right.
let you know. Remember we talked about that. Remember, I told you, Charlemagne, when we get to this point, this is where you
Right.
marry Charlemagne. You marry me today
Mm.
Right.
because we got to find a house. Once we find a house, you marry Charlemagne. So everything she asks you for, you give
Provided.
it to her. So my Charlemagne know when she see my clients, she know that they're gonna have their stuff together.
Together.
So
Yeah.
guess
Mm-hmm.
what? I want her to, what you said, it's about time. I want her to push my file to the front of the
Front. Yeah.
line
There you go.
because
So
she
yeah.
know, oh, that's Lakisha client.
That.
We're gonna have their W-2s, paycheck stubs,
Right.
bank statements, because she know what we need. So this other, person, realtor who their client piecemeal and don't have, yeah,
Yeah.
you're
You
gonna
have
be
to
over there.
decide because
But
you ain't got your stuff
Lakeisha's gonna
together.
be up here because she's gonna make sure I'm training my clients day one on how to be successful through this process. And I tell them, if you color outside the lines
Mm.
and it doesn't happen, then that's on you. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so, what we were talking about the Disney trip, you have to look at little Sally and little Johnny and tell them, you won't get your own bedroom for Christmas this year because I did X. You feeling that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can say you are getting your own room for Christmas this year because it can still happen right now,
There you
That's
go.
right?
right. Yeah.
Because I did X, you choose.
I
But
love
I'm
it.
equip you with everything to make it happen. You color outside the lines, that's
And let
on
me tell you,
you.
we have a client right now who she got her list and she was like, called her, oh my goodness, I got this. And she's like, calm down. It's okay. It's going into the weekend. You can get it. Because they want to make sure they get all their stuff in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
Because that the client really makes the transaction. At the end
They
of the
Yeah.
day,
do.
no matter how hard I work and how hard she works and how hard we want it for them,
Mhm.
they have to want it.
They
You
have
know,
to.
and that's part of it. So we let them know it's possible. Then they want it. They're gonna get us the stuff.
Yeah.
I want to let's segue into education. You said the word education to
Mhm.
educate because a lot of us don't know. We
Right.
Don't
don't know
know.
what we don't know.
Mhm.
Right.
And we're going to call this the DMU, Dream Motivates University. We're going to get to
Okay.
learn. We get to go to school
Okay.
today, right?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
So
I'm
let's
ready.
all roads lead to credit.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It do.
What do you think is some practical things that we can learn
Mm-hmm.
about credit? And I have some of those things. We can all just
Mhm.
have an open discussion.
Okay.
But when you're coming to the table trying to buy a home
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that is now 350 plus,
Yeah.
Right.
where do we need to be at with credit? What's the lowest and what is the consequences
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
of having that low skill? Let's talk about the credit.
Now
Yeah.
this is her expertise,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell you what she taught me.
Okay. Yeah.
And I
Let's
did
not.
mortgages for about 7 years. I know enough to be dangerous, but what I learned from working with Charlemagne that I did not know, and we did this, like we have literally real life closed this transaction, can pull the files and show you. So I would say the lowest credit score is a 500.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
500 credit
Right.
score. Now, our client had to put 10% down,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
but they had sold another property. They had some money. I
Mm-hmm.
think they bought like a $300,000
Yeah.
house, give or
Mm-hmm.
take. So they had the money to be able to put down.
Exactly.
They put them in during the process of us working with their loan. We put them with our credit repair person that we both share and work with, who got their scores up during the time frame,
Right.
which
From like a
changed.
490 to a 512. But I
It
mean, hey.
literally was a 490. This client, we're
Yeah.
not
What?
lying. We
Yeah.
cannot make this up. And I said, Charlemagne, what we gonna do? I said, okay, we're gonna put our big girl pants on. We're
Yeah.
gonna make it happen. And
Yeah.
we did, and we closed this client.
Right.
Um,
And then wait, I got one other one for you
which
where
one?
they came and he had probably 5 30-day mortgage lates. And they wanted to
Yes.
sell this house and
What?
purchase. Oh,
And
yes.
they were married.
Yeah.
But and then remember we excluded her debt because
Right.
it was
Well,
before
yeah, but just make all this stuff
we
happen
do
for
all this stuff
for them to buy this
for
Wow.
them to
six
buy this
hundred
house.
thousand dollar
Yeah.
house out in the Viridian, right? But here's the thing, she came to me. She's like, "Now, friend,
That's my favorite line.
we got to make this
Where have
happen.
you been?
Yeah,
Friend,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We got to make this happen." I'm like, oh, okay, we gonna make it happen. But at the end of the day, I don't even know that it was my passion, her passion, but God's in control at the end of the
God's
God's
in
day.
in
control.
control.
And
Yes,
so,
he is.
these people, again, they have to want it. Because
Yeah.
if they want it, it makes our job easy, no matter how bad it is.
Mm.
But they just have to take the first step. And as
Yeah.
long as they take the first step, and that's to
Hmm.
call us so we can say, hey, this is all you
This
need to
is where
do,
you are.
and because I don't ever want someone to say this is easy,
Yeah.
because what's easy for me is a novel for somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct.
But how about this? How about this is attainable? This is doable
Yeah.
if we do it together.
Hmm.
Yes.
Then it means that we're
A
on your
team. Yeah,
team.
we're
We're on
doing it
the
Yeah,
together.
team. And
yeah,
going back to that team, they see us as a unit. And
Yeah.
they don't like, I have to tell them, like, okay, she's your loan officer. I'm your realtor. Because they are going to call me for every
yeah.
single
Oh.
thing. And so I realized that it's not the clients, it's me. Because all of my clients do
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
But then I think about to what I said before. I established myself in the beginning
She the
that I'm
mama.
that person, so they could have
Mm.
called me. I said,
Uh,
"Well, what did Charlemagne say?" Well, her email said da 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 da. Okay, well then that's
That's
what we
do
need to
do what
do.
do
And
what
they be
she
like,
said.
"Okay," you
Yeah,
know.
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy. Listen, because for those who are listening right now, you're either a couple of boxes. If you're in the box where you're a realtor and you need to understand how to get to the bag effectively,
Right.
you need to stay right here. If you're the
That's
person
right.
that's listening, I've been renting for a long time and I'm tired of it. I just thought it was totally impossible for me to ever get a home.
You can
You
do
need to
it.
stay right here. If you're a
That's right.
person that's always been struggling with your credit score and you've been trying to figure out how to up your credit, if you want those answers to that, you want those, you want it, I need y'all to stay tuned. We'll go into a commercial break. All right, guys, welcome back. We are here with the Queens. I'm in school. I hope y'all in school too. Education time, and this is the rapid fire. This is rapid fire questions. Y'all tell me if I'm going too fast, but I just want to give our viewers some nuggets. This is
Yes.
nugget time
Mm-hmm.
of
Nugget
how to
time.
go
Yes.
ahead and get through. So we're talking to a couple of people. Couple of people are shout out to all the amazing realtors out there.
Yes.
Ooh.
Shout out to y'all for doing out there being great. Shout out to the ones that stopped being a realtor because you got discouraged and you
Right.
just thought it was not a system or play or a good organization that you could probably plug back into. So now we're going to definitely give Charlamagne that value because she's an amazing coach.
Right.
Keisha's an amazing trainer. And these two sisters are really killing it. So most definitely chime in and get with my sisters. And there's
Right.
information that's going to be here on the screen that y'all can get with them also.
Yes.
For the people that are trying to own homes and y'all just like, man, how do we do it? We are about to give you a DMU session, Dream Motivates University. We're about to
Love
educate
it.
everybody. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's
So the
go.
question is, and we just heard, can you get a house at 500 credit score? The answer is
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
but we don't want to stop there. We definitely want to go ahead and
Elevate.
get you guys some
Yes.
credit tips.
Yes.
So what are some top? I'm gonna let y'all go. Start with you, Keisha.
Okay, rapid fire.
Give me one credit tip that you can give us right now, right off the top.
Pay all of your bills on time. Do not be at least 30 days on any bill that shows up on your credit.
Bars.
Mm-hmm.
Car note due on the 10th of the month. If this month is October, if your car note is due on October the 10th, make sure November the 10th does not come around
Right.
and you have not paid that car note.
Mm.
So any debt that's on your credit report, do not go at least 30 days late on
All right,
it.
Charlamagne,
Right.
give us a nugget.
So the next thing is understanding your trade line. So when you get these loans extended to you, people fall on hard times. It's hard to say you're going to have 60 months or 84 months and doesn't nothing happen. So make sure you call your company and know, can you push back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 payments? A lot of these car companies allow you to skip up to 6 payments. So know and have that information. Also, credit card companies the same way. They will give you a forgiveness. So you can say, okay, you know what, you've been a great customer for the past 36 months. You're going to miss one payment. We'll forgive that. We'll go ahead and wipe that out because you had something happen. So
Mm.
understand the credit that you have so you know how to best utilize it, especially in a time of need.
I love it.
That's
Now
great.
let's go into this and income verification.
Yes.
All right, Keisha, give us a nugget. What do we need to have ready? Like, y'all need to pay attention because I think it has something to do with you just got a job last month and now you think you can go in there and get a house and you haven't been working for 8 months. You might be a flag on the play. I don't know, but Keisha's about
Yeah.
to tell you. Keisha, can you
Okay.
give us some information on that?
Yes, Dream, of course. So typically, the lender is wanting you to have at least 2 years of full verifiable income that you have paid taxes on. That's
Mm-hmm.
the difference. So that means you have paid or filed your taxes with the IRS most of the time. Okay. It was something I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh, if you're self-employed, the lender is going to basically go off of what you paid the taxes on. I'm going to give a quick example. You made $100,000 for the year, but you wrote off $50,000 in expenses. Most of the time, what you can qualify for is going to be based on that 50,000, not that 100,000. So
Mm-hmm.
that's important to know because if you're writing everything off and saying that your business suffered a loss and you're in a negative, then chances are that could affect you, right,
Right,
Charmaine?
correct. So the biggest thing is when you're self-employed, know that there's options,
Yes.
especially if you can't go the traditional way. And that's the big word. When you're doing mortgage, you have a traditional mortgage and you have
No
non-traditional.
traditional.
So
Yes.
a traditional mortgage is verifying your income that you paid your taxes on. Non-traditional allows you to verify your income with your bank
With your
statements,
banks.
even a profit and loss. The biggest thing is that the 2-year history is continuity, meaning
Right.
that have you had continuous employment? And if you've had a gap, it's okay. You just have to, again, we may have to go back 36 months to
Mm-hmm.
prove 2 years continuous employment, or you have
Mm.
to
Right.
go 60 months. I had somebody who went to jail and they've been out of work. They've been at work for 6 months,
Mm.
but they were locked up for 7 years. But before that, they had a job for 2 years. Sometimes I had to verify 10 years of history to get two out of
Sheesh.
it. But
Exactly.
again, that's what we're there to do.
Right.
We're
I
gonna
love it.
make it happen. So the big takeaway with the employment is that you don't have to be at the same job for two
Yeah.
years. You
Correct.
could have had 10 jobs in 2 year time. Is if you're self-employed, you got to have that 2 year history.
Right.
So to break that down, and shout out to all the entrepreneurs. I love y'all.
Yes,
Yes.
because we're
And
entrepreneurs.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
are.
y'all. I
All of us.
It's
understand.
not for the weak.
I
It's
get it.
not.
I understand big time, but definitely you need to show record of your money. If you're trying to get a house,
Hmm.
you can't just be putting all the bread in the shoebox because they you can't
Right.
verify that. What you're gonna have to do is have a paper trail. Get ready. Get bank
Mm-hmm.
ready, and you just do the multiplication. And Charlamagne, can you help us do the multiplication? If
Hmm.
you want, and this is key.
Okay.
First of all, if you're a big boy, a big girl, and you want the $600,000 $700,000 house,
Hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
need to know how to do math.
That's true.
Right.
How much money do we need to make to qualify
Good
to get
question.
that house?
Good
Mm-hmm.
question.
Because you know what I'm saying, if
Yeah.
you only putting $1,000 a month in your bank account, my brother,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
Right.
not going to
You-
get the crib,
Right.
right?
Right. So
So let's
yeah,
talk about it
I
because
love
they
it.
got to put it in.
I call this Charlemagne's rule, but it works.
Okay.
And so, if you want to know how much you can qualify for, you want to take your annual gross income if you
Okay.
are a W 2 employee, or if you're self employed, you want to take your annual net income.
My
And you
calculator.
take that number
There you go,
and you
Keisha.
want to times it by 3.5%. When you times that number by 3.5%, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
let you know what you can feasibly qualify for. If you have a car payment, you got a credit card, you got some student loans. Now, if you are, if you're rocking it out and you don't have a car payment, you don't have no credit cards and then like that, you can probably go 4 times. But just off the muscle, you want to take your gross income if you're W 2,
Okay.
times it by 3.5%, or if you're self employed, you want to take your net income and times it by the 3.5%.
Okay.
So
So
let's do it. You got the calculator.
I
Let's
got the
have some fun.
calculator.
So I
Uh-huh.
want let's say I got a client, they want a
Mm-hmm.
$700,000 house.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How much a month do they need to
You can
be?
divide that 700,000 by 3.5 times. That's going to let you know the annual income. And then if you want to know how much the monthly payment is, go ahead.
So that's $200,000. So if
Yes.
I
Okay.
want to buy a $700,000 house
They need to be
and I have a little bit of debt, maybe I have a car note, a couple of credit cards, then I need to make about $200,000 a year, and that can be combined. So if
Right.
it's two people on the loan and one
Right.
person makes 150 and the other one makes 50, then it
and
That
and
works.
so
works.
and so let's break that down. Two
Hmm.
hundred thousand divided by 12. What's that?
So divided by 12, that's going to be about $16,667 per month.
So
Hmm.
there you have it.
Good.
Gross.
So if you're
Hmm.
trying to figure out, you just gave the calculation. If we went fast,
Yeah, we did.
Hmm.
rewind that part, and that's how you do it. Find the house. You know where the house is. Start at the end first.
Right.
Right.
Because you don't need to call Charlamagne talking about you have $7. We want y'all to be ready. By the time they
Right.
get to Keisha, for the realtors that we have on the team, you got to be ready, right?
Right.
So, okay, we know. All right, my house. I wanted 700,000. Then you did the calculation. You was like, I'm
Right.
not ready for that.
I'm not
I'm
ready.
short.
Now you
Yeah.
start looking for the 500s. Okay,
Right.
I think I will do 500 right now.
Right.
Do the calculations. Now you're not just like going over here to talk about. You're not understanding, right?
Right.
Right.
We
Right.
want you guys to understand the math. So let's do one
Yeah.
more time.
Okay.
$500,000 house.
Ooh.
$500,000 house.
Okay.
Divided by three and a half
3.5.
5%.
Mm-hmm. So that's $142,857 a year.
That's
Perfect.
right.
Now how
Yeah.
divide that by
Divided
12?
by 12,
Okay.
$11,905
Now
Right.
a
if you
month.
make that amount minus your DTI, right? Because
Right.
you got a DTI,
Right.
that's debt to
Yeah.
income. So there's some qualifications.
Yeah.
You can get in the 500. If you
Mm.
can't, go down to the 400. Go down. So we're just
Yeah.
trying to get y'all to understand the
Right.
math. The math got to be mathing.
The
There
math
you
got a
go.
math.
So if you understand the math, You don't have to get blown away or discouraged because your math ain't mathing,
Right.
right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you can also, like, let's say maybe you invested in a property, or you just have money in savings or 401k. And let's say with your $700,000 option, maybe you make the money on the 500,000, but you can pull $200,000 from savings or 401k or from selling the property. Then that's still a way for you to attain that
Yep.
$700,000
Because you're gonna buy
house.
that down.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
loan would just be based on starting at that $500,000 mark, and that $200,000 will still be like a in an
See
escrow, a
how she just
savings
upsells you
account.
real quick? You can
Yeah.
you can get the
You
seven
can
hundred
get
Oh,
the
thousand.
you
Let
can
me
service.
get
tell you
back
how
to the
you gonna get there.
700. Yeah.
Don't miss the bus.
Don't miss the
But we're
bus.
gonna put that money in there, and
Yeah.
now it's just sitting
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
savings account in your
Yeah.
home. So now you got the house you wanted. You
Right.
still have the money. It's just sitting there for if
Right.
you sell or whatever. And now your payment and everything is still based on your debt to income ratio, and you can financially afford it.
Now
That's
let's
true.
talk about for those who don't understand debt to income ratio, Charlemagne.
Mm,
Yes.
yes.
Let's go ahead and break that down. Can you give us like a little
Yes.
breakdown of how
So
that
your
works?
debt to income ratio is going to be your obligations opposed to your income.
Hmm.
So you have a housing ratio and you have a total debt ratio. So your housing ratio is the house payment divided by your income. Your total debt ratio is the house payment plus your debt divided by your income. And so in a perfect world, you can be around that 40%, meaning your house payment would be 40% of your income and your total debt would be 50. There's people we get it all over. We have people who are 35 over 56, 17 over 56. I mean,
It's
it's
crazy.
all over. But the
Mm.
biggest thing is, trying to figure out what your monthly payment is. You want to take the amount of house that you're trying to purchase, whether that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want to time that by 0.89%.
Nice.
That's going to let you know what your pity is. And that's based off today's interest rate. So that's principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and mortgage.
Pity.
Yeah, and
Pity.
mortgage insurance.
I love
Hmm.
it. So, for those who are listening too, you guys have seminars and
Mm-hmm.
classes and
Yes.
conferences all the time. Can you talk to us about the stuff that y'all have rolling out, on a monthly or bi-monthly, how y'all do
Yes,
it?
a quarterly basis. So we
Quarterly.
are so super excited.
Yes.
Charlemagne and I are hosting this Unlock Your New Home with a 500 credit score.
Yes.
Obviously, we want to train you and educate you on how to build your credit so that it's way higher than that. But
Right.
we also want you to know that at that 500 credit score, owning a home is still attainable for you. These will
Right.
run every quarter. We'll have them listed where you could just click on the site. It's free to RSVP,
That's
and we
right.
even gonna feed you a
That's
little
right.
bit to
Let's
Yes.
come.
go.
We're
Let's
gonna
go.
feed
Yeah.
you physically, mentally, financially,
Right.
emotionally, all of that. But it's a good way for us to be able to show you and to help you to build in whatever area that maybe you need more education or more help in. This
Right.
is the time for you to come and really get it, because we want you to buy houses. We want to bridge that gap
That's
that
right.
we were talking about, and this is the way we do it. It's
Yeah.
by home ownership.
I love it.
That's
And I
right.
heard, I heard, I heard, I
What
don't
you
know where I
hear?
heard it from,
What you hear?
that y'all might just be bringing in a keynote speaker
Okay.
Okay.
to
Yeah.
come rock it out
Oh,
every now and then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That
Yeah.
I think
that
I
could
Exactly.
heard that
come.
too.
I
Yes.
mean,
I mean, I
I don't
think his
know.
Yeah.
name
Yeah.
is
Dream.
Dream.
Oh,
Yeah. Dream.
That
ho,
Yeah.
sounds
ho,
Exactly.
familiar.
ho,
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
we did
Exactly.
talk
Hey,
That
about that.
I
dream is a
did
Yeah.
hear,
reality.
Yeah.
I did
We
hear
need
that
Dream to
Yeah.
thing.
come
Yeah.
and
I
make
Yeah.
heard.
Dream
Yeah.
become a
I thought I
Yeah.
reality.
was just tripping. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Sheesh.
that wasn't a dream.
Okay, it
Yes.
was all a
You're gonna
dream.
come
That's what we're
through.
making.
That's right. You're gonna make it happen.
So at these events, Charlemagne, how many y'all doing this like every
Every
quarter?
Every
quarter,
quarter,
and it's free
like
to the
clockwork.
public.
Okay.
The information that you're walking away with is invaluable.
Yeah,
It's something that's going to help you, help your children, your children's children. It's just information that's the community needs to know,
Yeah.
and
definitely.
you got to come out and get it.
And we teamed up with Will. He's the owner of Checkmate nonprofit. And what's so beautiful about this is his nonprofit. It focuses on helping people who have went to jail and how it impacted the
Oh, I love the
family and the
name of it.
children.
Checkmate.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
called
Mm-hmm.
Checkmate. I have to introduce you to
that's
him.
fire.
Yes.
But we teamed up with him. We partnered with him to do it. And what's so powerful is at the event we did with him a couple of weeks ago, Charlemagne kind of talked a little bit about the guy who went to jail, right? But here's what's so great about it. when you buy a house, how we talked about that 2 year history. Let's say you went to school, you went to college. Like I graduated from Texas A&M, right, in
Mm-hmm.
commerce. So let's say my degree was in nursing. Well, maybe I haven't been on my job as a nurse for 2 years, but my college would count.
It counts.
And maybe I only been on my job for 8 months, but the history of my job with the college will help. Well,
Mm.
also with Charlemagne, she's a magician, was able to do. This guy got a welding
Mm.
certificate
Mm.
degree while he was
In
in
jail.
jail.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And he got out of jail and got a job at a welding company.
Mm-hmm.
So now his job for 6 months matched up with
His
his.
training.
Oh yeah, I'm about to blow your
Wow.
mind with his
That's
training,
Mm-hmm.
and
crazy.
that counted for his 2 years that he needed.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
That's
powerful.
Yeah.
powerful, and
That's
his
Yeah.
super
credit was good
powerful.
because
Right.
he was gone for seven
Right.
years,
Exactly.
so
His
he
Man.
had no
education
30 day
is probably
lease.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that is like
Wow.
impactful. So
Right.
Yes.
what we want to do is help the community, because a lot of times those people that come home, they don't have those opportunities to be able
Right.
to
Right.
rent because of their background. But guess what? You can buy a house with your background.
I love it. And
Yeah.
then, and then also, Charlamagne, I want to talk about your amazing network mixers
Oh yeah.
and what people
Yes.
can look forward to, and because you do a couple of them, like
Right.
do
Yes.
once a month, right?
Once a month.
So
Yes.
how does this work, and what do we look forward to at
Right.
these events?
Well, I'm committed to helping everybody help with their passion, their purpose, just increase your knowledge. And if the knowledge is power, if you have the knowledge, you're coming in this room, you're meeting great individuals that have so
Absolutely.
much to share with you. You're going to make some connections that hopefully you can end up making money with. Again, and money is not everything, but it's the connection that you're going to make with people that you're going to have for a
Yes.
lifetime. So
Yes,
we do
Lord.
it every month. And, we want people to come in this room and feel good, feel the energy, feel the connection, and leave out that room ready to spread that information.
Talk
Yes.
about, before we go, Kiss Wealth Now
Yes.
and how that developed and what it is exactly all collectively.
So Kiss Wealth Now, I came up with way before the pandemic. I was
You
doing it.
did.
Yeah, yeah. It's been around for a long time because I wanted wealth to not be hard. So
Mhm.
the old military term was keep it simple, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Wealth again. You don't have to be a brainiac to get it. It can be keep it simple, sexy for the ladies. We can
Okay.
keep it simple and savvy. Whatever. We want to make sure that you understand that you can get it whether or not you got a 500 credit score, whether or not you're a dropout from high school. I've had people think, oh, I can't buy a house because I don't have a high school diploma. That has nothing to do with
Wow.
nothing.
Nothing
You
to
Yeah.
do
make
with it.
money, you can buy a home.
Mhm.
It's about the
you know
money.
you're a dropout from college, you're a single parent, you've been incarcerated, you're missing a limb. I mean,
Mm.
I'm just saying, I've seen every single scenario. you're
Yeah.
you're older than you think you should be buying a home. There's
I've
no
gotten that too. I'm too
discrimination towards your
old. No, you
age.
know.
So we can truly help anyone who says that
Mhm.
they want to be able to purchase.
Yeah.
the
Wow.
the biggest thing is you got to be able to pay for it. If you
Yeah.
don't want you to
Yeah.
discover you can't pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you
Mhm.
Powerful.
can pay for it, you can have it.
That's
Yeah.
powerful. And listen, I think it's a dope opportunity for people to understand that there's somewhere where you can go.
Mm-hmm.
So let's instruct them where to go for both of y'all
Mm-hmm.
so we can find out how we can sign up, get involved, go through it. So, first of all, let's talk about kisswealthnow.com. So, we're at the site.
Right.
Now, navigate us through the site and how do we get to you? What do we need to do?
Right. So when you get there, you just want to click the apply now button because I'm assuming you've already had a conversation with me, or you just said, you know what, I'm speed, love success. I'm not even gonna call her. I'm going straight to the website. I'm gonna do this application
Boom.
because when I talk to her, I want to talk about my credit.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you want to click apply now, complete the loan application. I'll get an email, I'll get a text, and we get started.
Now to get the VIP treatment,
Mm-hmm.
is there a section there where they can put
Dream.
referred by?
Yes. When you
Please
get out
do
there,
that.
yes. When you get out there and it says who sent you to the site, you put dream. And I get to see that.
Now, do we get the line skip? We get the
You get
VIP.
you get the
We get the
VIP.
Kiss Wealth Now T-shirt. I mean,
Yes.
what we
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
need
you get a
to
whole t-shirt. You just got to
listen. We
support the movement.
Yeah, we want to rock out the movement. And for those who are looking at this right now, do me a favor, because when we see y'all, we see you. Trust me, you
Mhm.
get to the VIP.
That's
While
true.
you looking at this, you see some young, amazing women doing their thing. It's not just a situation; it's a movement.
It
And
really
to
is.
help the movement keep moving,
So
all you got
life.
to do is go to the website, click on her social media. She's selling them T-shirts. Grab a shirt, sow seed into good ground to keep
Right.
the movement going. Keisha, how do we get in contact with you as a realtor?
Okay, Dream. I guess I gotta get with you and get me some stuff. I'm pretty
Oh, you
simple.
ready? You
Lakeisha
ready?
McGee.
Hey.
Lakeisha McGee called me. My number has been the same, y'all. This is funny since 1997.
Oh, that's
Oh,
So I
wow.
stability.
have to pay my bills on time
Stability,
because
man.
Hello.
the bill collectors is nowhere for me to run.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
817-475-1055 been my number forever. 817-475-1055. You can find
Yes.
me on social media Lakeisha McGee. Also LakeishaMcGee.kw.com. But call me and then that way I can get you all together, send you to
Yes.
KissWealthNow.com and we
Right.
can get you going. That's
And
Let's
typically
and
how
that
we
probably
do
go.
it.
the biggest thing that we want people to take away is that home ownership is a lifestyle.
It is.
And it's a lifestyle
Mm.
that is so worth
I
it.
love it.
There are
So
so
worth
many
it.
rewards that comes with the
I love
lifestyle.
it. I love it. And
Even
listen,
tax write-offs.
Yeah.
listen, shameless plug, man. I got a passion for those people that bet on themselves.
Hello.
Right? You
Yes.
went to the table, you didn't have the best hand, but one thing I know about poker, you can win that hand if you don't have the best hand. You just got to have the best belief.
That's
Believe
right.
in yourself, believe in the situation, believe in your situation that God can make a way for you
That's
and
right.
everything that you want. And for those realtors that really need help, I'm going to help you. I'm with Kiss Wealth now. These are my sisters, man. We're
That's right.
definitely going to rock out with my girl
Yes,
Keisha,
sir.
my girl Charlemagne. If y'all need us, we are
We're
here.
here.
We're here to consult with you. Realtors, if y'all need a home, I think y'all found one. If you almost, he's like, man, I'm done with the housing game. Come
Come
on,
on.
pull it back out.
We'll
We
help
got
Yeah,
you.
yes.
you.
Let's
Yeah.
let's help you get into that bag. Let's come on to the side and
Right.
let's get involved. Don't miss the movement. And she talk about don't miss the bus.
Don't miss the
Poor,
bus.
poor. POOR means passing over opportunities repeatedly.
Wow. I
Wow.
love it.
Stop
Right.
being poor. Stop
That's
passing
right.
over the
Jesus.
That's
opportunity.
right.
Whew.
Don't miss the bus, as Keisha say.
Yeah.
Get involved. Let's get down with Kiss Well now. Go to the events. They got the events coming up. Go to the calendar. Go to Charlemagne's social media.
That's
And if
right.
y'all
Yes.
need anything, these are the
We are
queens to
here.
contact. All right.
We got you.
Like, share,
Yes.
and subscribe. It's your man Dream with Dream Motivations, the Entrepreneur
Thanks,
Blueprint.
Dream.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Yay.